I already had the pleasure to drive Mini JCW in this latest generation and the previous one, and I absolutely loved it. But I never tried convertible, and I never tried S version, which is obviously less powerful. But I think without roof on, this actually might be a perfect car. So let's jump in and let's try it. My name is Marek, welcome to MDrives and welcome to this 2025 Mini Cooper S Convertible. First impressions? Brilliant. I absolutely love the vibe of this car, and I'm really sorry if you can hear any wind, but it's very windy day and I'm actually lucky that I'm able to drive it without a roof. So I'm going to put the windows up just so you can hear me better and I can reduce some of that wind hitting my face. Mini has amazing vibe. You get in and you feel like you're in a go-kart, but as soon as you take this roof off, it actually changes this experience completely. The car opens up and now you feel connected to the elements and you're not feeling so cocooned like you are with the roof up. So this is a Cooper S, so it's a less powerful version. It's not JCW. This one has 204 horsepower, so it's not that much, but actually, is it enough? So we're currently in the standard mode, and even in that standard mode, the car feels really good and responsive. There is plenty of synthetic noises coming from the speakers, but I don't mind that anymore. All the new cars have it. At the front of me, I have quite a small windscreen. They are very small, very narrow. It's sort of a tunnel view, if you ask me, but you get used to it very quickly. And what helps is that in the front of me I have a head-up display which shows me current speed, revs, etc., which is very useful. It's not your traditional high-end head-up display which is displayed on your windscreen. You've got a little pop-up screen which pops up and it's semi-transparent and it displays all the information ahead of you, and you really need that information because everything is based within this round circular screen, which I really like. I think it's so unique. It adds so much character to this car. There is no sharp edges in this car. Everything is round and it's in the same vibe, and I absolutely love it. I love the interior of new Minis. You operate most of the things from this screen, like your temperature, but everything is big and everything is kind of like on your phone. You just know what the things are doing. The icons are really good. And now we're going to change it to experience called go-kart, which is basically a sport mode for this car. Let's stop for a moment to see how this thing actually accelerates from 0 to 60. A bit of wheel spin. You can definitely hear the turbos. The B48 engine in this car really works well. It's obviously down-tuned. It's not delivering 300 horsepower like it does in the JCWs. This one 204, and to be honest, I think for this convertible experience, this is enough. God, this car feels so good on the road. The engine is revvy, it's responsive, it doesn't feel so much turbocharged like in JCW, I guess. But yes, dynamically this car doesn't miss anything, to be honest. There is obviously more body roll than in JCW. It feels slightly more floaty, which might be down to tires as well, and slightly softer suspension. But oh my god, this thing is fun. Believe me, this is a proper fun car, and to be honest, I would be happy with driving this on Sunday morning for fun. Obviously this is a front drive only. Second gear it pulls. Yeah, you definitely can hear that turbo from under the bonnet, which is great, which gives you more emotion and more excitement. There is plenty of wind around me, but not directly on me with the side glass on, which is great. I would be comfortable driving it like that for a longer period. Yeah, there is definitely a bit of movement on the tires and a bit of body roll, but there's no like floaty feeling. And what I was worried about is how rigid this car is. And I have to say, so far, it feels very rigid. I can't feel any shaking, any kind of disconnection with the steering wheel, which sometimes have been present in some less rigid older cars. But yeah, this one just feels fantastic. I absolutely love the feel. I would love to have this car for a weekend mornings with my wife, going somewhere to the Yorkshire Dales in the sun. Perfect car for it. I think the only downside is that my kids would have to stay home because there is no way anyone sits behind me. So that is the only downside. It really is a two-seater, to be honest, unless you have small kids or small wife, which can move the seat forward and then one person can fit behind. But yeah, I think it's more of a temporary solution rather than something you want to do on a longer journey. Other than that, as I said, the interior, fantastic. The car feels fun, the car feels great. You can even hear the blow-off valve. So now I'm gonna go to the downsides, and I think there is a few. The biggest one, it's lack of space for the rear passengers. The second one is definitely a steering wheel, and I said that before with JCWs, the steering wheel is just extremely fat, and I'm not sure why it's so thick. The design of it is brilliant. I love it. I don't press any buttons by mistake when I'm gripping the steering wheel, so that's all good. And I love this strip in the middle, which adds a bit of character and this have similar vibe as the rest of the car. But yeah, it's just unnecessarily thick, and I don't like that. Other than that, I can't really see any more negatives in this car. It feels fantastic. I would love to have something like this as a fun car for a weekend. Don't get me wrong, it's not as capable as JCW, but it's so much nicer to drive when you're with your wife and you just want to enjoy the road and relax rather than be, you know, thrown around and break any speed limit you can find. So I'm gonna go back to what they called core, which is your main drive mode. So in this normal mode, if you're not pushing the car sounds actually quite natural and it calms down, the gears are changing quickly. Yeah, it's just a nice car to drive. And going back to the steering wheel, the obvious thing I'm missing here is the paddles. So this is an automatic, as you gathered by now, but in this version of the car there is no paddles. There's no way to control gears, which is really surprising to me, and that's a bit of a downside. I mean, I guess you probably in the Cooper S, you're not going to be pushing it that hard to maybe want to control the gears yourself, but I would love the option, you know, for that 1 or 2 cheeky drives in a year where you're on your own and you want to push it a bit harder and you want to have just a bit more control over what your car does. yeah, it would be nice to have those paddles behind the steering wheel. And one more negative is when you have your roof down, unfortunately your roof is kind of in the middle of your rear view mirror, so you don't really see any cars behind you through your rear view mirror. You have to rely on your quite large and decent side mirrors. So I hope you enjoyed this quick review of the MINI Cooper S Convertible. I absolutely loved the experience. Brilliant car. Please make sure you smash like button, you subscribe to my channel, and I see you shortly in the next one.
And if you're interested in my JCW tests, just click in one of the links. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Do widzenia.